For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Abba. Last week when SNL revealed that the host for the next episode would be none other than Dave Chappelle with black stars and musical guests, the news was met with a divisive response from fans. Multiple outlets would report that some of the staff writers were upset Chappelle was chosen to host the show, especially after the criticism he received when he made several jokes that were considered transphobic in his 2021 Netflix special, The Closer. Well, as planned on Saturday night, Chappelle would return as the host for his third time, and this time he would take aim at the criticism surrounding his known friend Kanye West and NBA star Kyrie Irving. Both men have been labeled to have pushed anti-Semitic views in the recent weeks. Chappelle would first open up with a comment denouncing anti-Semitism before he began his opening monologue. When it comes to Kanye, Chappelle would suggest that the former billionaire isn't well and would explain why he didn't support him right away.
Kanye's gotten into some scrapes before. Normally when he's in trouble, I pull up immediately. But this time I was like, you know what? Let me see what's going to happen first. Let's see.
Chappelle would continue his monologue by expressing a few jokes about growing up with Jewish friends and would make a comment about Kanye's infamous Drink Champs interview.
He went on Drink Champs again. This time, he was on one. He said, I can say anti-Semitic things, and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Adidas dropped that immediately.
After touching on Kanye, Chappelle would then share his thoughts on Kyrie Irving, who found himself under fire after sharing a documentary on his Instagram. The documentary, for some, would be laced with anti-Semitic views, in which would lead the NBA requesting an apology to Kyrie, who would take his time in doing so.
Kanye got in so much trouble, Kyrie got in trouble.
At one point in the monologue, Chappelle would attempt to make a note to the Jewish community that despite their unfortunate history, it can't be blamed on Black Americans. Interesting enough, the comment would be met with silence.
This is where, I draw the line. I know the Jewish people have been through terrible things all over the world, but you can't blame that on Black America. You just can't. You know what I mean? Thanks to the one person that said who.
Dave would then confirm that Hollywood does have many Jewish people, and it's only crazy if you point it out. As far as the rest of his monologue, he would take aim at this year's midterm elections and, of course, Donald Trump. Before Saturday's taping, according to Page 6, some of the writers would sit out, and Insider expressed they're not going to do the show, but none of the actors are boycotting. D.L. Hughley, who's known for not holding his tongue, took to Instagram to address the controversy over Chappelle hosting. On Thursday, Hughley would post a headline from Baller Alert that read, SNL writers reportedly boycotting Dave Chappelle hosting this week's show. Hughley would then caption, here we go. In case y'all are wondering why some of the greats, some of your favorite comedians for the past 15-20 years aren't out doing gigs, Exhibit A. I just read an article that said The Office would not survive in today's culture. By culture, I'm sure they mean cancel culture. Hughley's post was met with support from several notable accounts. The Instagram account that represents the late Paul Mooney would say, this is already very funny. The jokes write themselves. He don't need them. Terry J. Vaughn. It was only a few writers. Most were excited to work with him. Pierre. Despite rumors of a boycotting circulating, a rep for Chappelle would share that there was nothing to suggest there was a boycott after a recent writers' meeting. We've seen nothing to support media reports of a writers' boycott. In fact, the writers delivered over 40 sketches for Dave's consideration and collaboration. Just as during Dave's past SNL appearances, you won't want to miss it. The room was full of writers. They all pitched ideas, and they seemed very excited about it. Dave is looking to have some fun. As far as his latest monologue, it would be met with praise, while some media outlets would decide to highlight another perspective, accusing Dave of pushing the same rhetoric as Kanye. Fortunately for Dave, his supporters would be quick to shoot down those claims. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. What's your thoughts on Chappelle's comments on Kanye and Kyrie Irving, and were his comments too harsh? Plus, stay up to date for the latest news and comedy by subscribing here to our YouTube channel and follow Comedy Hype across all social media. And look out for new original content coming to our streaming service at comedyhype.com. For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Abba.